After 4 years of waiting, Mojang has finally added bundles to Minecraft Bedrock and Java Edition, and we also have a huge major Redstone update as well. There is a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's hop into it. If you're unfamiliar with the saga of bundles, these were first announced at Minecraft Live 2020, which by the way was 4 years ago. And they were just recently re-announced on June 29th, and ever since then, we've been waiting extremely patiently every single week, hoping that they would be in betas and snapshots. If you don't know what the bundle is, don't worry, I'm going to tell you absolutely everything you need to know about Minecraft's newest storage feature. Basically, it's a poor man's shulker box, and it is fantastic in every way. It's going to help you so much with your inventory management and item collection. Before you really understand the power of a bundle, let's take a look at the shulker box again. So of course this can hold 27 stacks of items, or a regular chest. You can break that, you can pick it up, but you cannot access this from the inventory. In order to open this up, you have to actually place it down. And of course there's a ton of redstone possibilities with these, such as loaders, unloaders, and shulker farms, but this is kind of a late game item since you need to go all the way out to the end cities to get them. So have you ever been in a situation where you're wandering around your world, exploring, resource gathering, and then you look at your inventory and it's absolutely atrocious and there is things everywhere? Well, that is where the bundle and this donkey comes into play. Actually, he's just there for show. Now, a bundle can hold up to 64 unique items inside of it, so that's either like one entire stack of dirt, for example, and as you can see, the bundle is now full. But this has a menu inside of the inventory. As you can see, we can use the scroll wheel to move over our items. If we right-click with that, we can get our stack of dirt back. Now, you can either pick up items and put them directly into the bundle like that, or you can pick up the bundle itself and move that around your inventory. And then as you can see, it can hold up to 64 items, but there's no real category limit. So we can put our entire inventory into one bundle and bam, now we have a nice and clean inventory and all of this extra junk is just in here. If you use the scroll wheel, you can go ahead and scroll all of the top rows right here. If you have more than 8 items inside of your bundle, then they're going to be hidden and you won't really be able to see them. But a nice detail is if you look at the texture of the bundle as we're actually scrolling, it opens up and it has the texture of the item that you're looking at. So we can go ahead and right click and bring that item out of the bundle, or you can go ahead and left click and that will just pick up the bundle. Now, instead of messing around with this inventory and the menus and dealing with all that, you can simply right click on your bundle and bam, everything gets thrown out of it. It is so convenient. So you can just walk up to like a hopper inside of your storage system and just unload a ton of these bundles all at one time. On the other hand, the bundle has a new and improved super simple crafting recipe. It is literally just one string and one leather in that orientation. You don't even need a crafting table, but as you can see, that is how you can craft the new bundle, and you can make a lot of these. They don't stack together, but you can put bundles inside of other bundles. Now, there's a couple of somewhat silly, limitations when it comes to the bundle. So they kind of go off of comparator logic, if you're familiar with that. So a single stack of 16 snowballs, for example, fills up the entire bundle because these essentially have the weight of 4 items each. Now, you can also put one non-stackable item inside the bundle, and that also completely fills it up, which I also think is a little bit silly. Like, we should probably have these things not be weighted as heavy for the bundle to truly be as useful as it could be. And of course, there's no infinite storage shenanigans with trying to put a shulker inside of a bundle. Now, when it comes to storing bundles inside of shulkers, this doesn't actually increase the number of items that you can carry per shulker, but it increases the number of types of items. So previously, you could only store 27 different types, but now each bundle can hold 64 different types of items, times 27 is 1,728 maximum different items that you can hold. So that's basically most every item type in Minecraft. Congratulations! I'm not gonna lie though, this is actually pretty satisfying. I mean, just look at how silly and stupid this is. This is Minecraft in the year 2024, and I'm totally here for it. This is great. Now, there are some weird shenanigans that you can do with putting bundles inside of other bundles. So as you can see, this one has 3 bundles in it, 2 of which are empty and 1 of which is, full basically. So if we go ahead and we scroll over, we can get 1 empty bundle out of that. We can get another empty bundle out of it. And then we can get our 3rd full bundle, and then we can take items out of that one. So this is a little bit weird, but I mean, technically it's something you can do. Now, when you die, of course, you just drop the regular bundle. The items do not explode out of it, as you can see here. And of course, if you throw a bundle into a fire, that's going to explode all of the items out, and some of those will burn. And the same thing happens if a shulker box full of bundles, it goes into fire and it explodes all the bundles out, which then explode into their own items, which seems like a great way to crash a server. And just a little technical update for you. Of course, a stack of items in a hopper is a signal strength of 3. We use this extensively in item filters and stuff. And then of course, a full bundle completely maxed out is also a signal strength of 3. An empty bundle, however, is still a signal strength of 3, so maybe there's something here to work out. Now, bundles actually stack to 16, and we know this because one bundle can hold 16 other empty bundles, so it seems like a single empty bundle should have the same signal strength as like a single snowball, which is 1. And of course, this is the first snapshot and beta where we're actually, getting to interact with this bundle for real, so there's going to be some issues to figure out. It is a glorious, glorious day for Minecraft Java Edition, and you know why? Because they now have Big Salmon. That's right, the Minecraft Bedrock exclusive mob has finally come to Java Edition with the introduction of very, very large salmon. And they appear to be fairly common as well, and we also got the little micro tiny salmon over here as well. Look how cute he is. Now, if you haven't seen a Big Salmon, then you really don't know what you're missing out on. Just to give you like an example of how big they are. What? It doesn't save it in the bucket? It doesn't save it in the bucket. So Big Salmon are absolutely chunky. Well, I can't get it to work with the buckets for some reason. On Bedrock Edition, you can pick up a Big Salmon in a bucket and it stays a Big Salmon. So take that. Bedrock Edition is still better. But look at the size of this dude right here. It is whoa, no! I'm so sorry. I've committed an atrocity against Minecraft Big Salmon. I will never be forgiven. Oh no, this was died too! You know what? I'm gonna blame Minecraft for that one. So not only are there giant salmons in this update, there's also the little tiny baby squids. Look at how cute these guys are. These have been on Bedrock Edition since literally forever. And finally, they are now on Java Edition too. Now, of course, we also have the baby variants of the glow squids on Java Edition, and we have the baby variants of dolphins now too, but no one really cares about them. We're mostly just here for the baby squids, because like, honestly, just look how cute it is. And of course, Mojang has also applied a unique texture to each one of the banner patterns, so you can see all of those textures here. This is fantastic because previously these all looked identical and we were kind of getting a lot of banner patterns, but here you can see them in a little bit more detail. Honestly, I like all of this. This is a great change. And this change came to Bedrock Edition just a couple of weeks ago as well. Minecraft Java also just got 2 new experiments today, Minecart experiments and REDSTONE experiments. They're changing and testing a whole bunch of different things with minecarts and REDSTONE. Experimental features do not have a set release date or time frame for their release. As you might know, the villager trade rebalance is still here in experimental mode, and maybe it'll never release. We can keep our fingers crossed. Now we're just gonna skip over the fact that they changed the redstone on the comparator, the redstone torch, and the repeater because we just don't have time for it. We also have some pretty big changes to redstone in this update. Now this is an experimental change for Java Edition, so this is basically just the developers playing around, seeing what's happening, and testing out some things to get their feedback. So make sure to let us know what you think about this in the comment section. These are not official changes right now. There's no planned release date, so don't bring out the pitchforks yet, okay? Now they've redone how the update order is so that it's actually deterministic and realistic and easy to understand in almost every situation, but there are a couple of situations where it's going to be random, which if you're a Bedrock player like me, then like what's new basically? It's all random. Now, if you look at this little system right here, typically it's gonna just randomly pick a piston to power if you're playing on Bedrock, but on Java Edition, as of this change, always the left one will get powered first. So the update order is actually practical, so like it's updating this one first, and then that one, and this one, and it powers that piston first. This one gets powered a little bit earlier than this one does, meaning that the left one always extends first. But if the lever is in the middle of the two, then it's kind of random. It's going to pick one because they are the same distance away, essentially. And then if we move the lever to the right one, well, the right one always gets powered first, which makes a lot of sense. However, any change at all of Redstone is going to possibly undo years of work, especially on Java, where things don't really change or break that often. At least for, you know, the basics. Now, on Bedrock Edition, if you have a setup like this where you have a bunch of sticky pistons and slime in front of them, it will always be random which one of these sticky pistons get powered. But on Java, with this new change, you can actually determine which one of those pistons gets powered specifically just by powering that piece of redstone first, which is actually really interesting. Now, we also have super easy instant dropper lines, so all of these droppers are completely empty, as you can see by the comparators. Only the first one has some items in it, and it's literally just a line of redstone, and this is going to be an instant item transportation line. It's so quick that the comparators don't even detect the item. As you see, as soon as we flick this, bam, we get an item over there on the end, and you can absolutely spam this thing. No items ever get left behind. Another major bonus of these changes is that they get rid of the locationality of redstone and the directionality of redstone, because there's a lot of that when it comes to advanced redstone on Java Edition, and even quite a bit on Bedrock too. So overall, I'm pretty happy that they're taking a look at fixing some of these fundamental issues of redstone. I'm kind of open to there being some changes, and not at all biased, because it would mean I get to make more videos. But honestly, these changes seem like really good ones that would allow us to do a lot more circuitry and systems a lot easier and a lot quicker with less materials. Now, I'm not going to get into all of the redstone changes because there is quite a few, but if you're interested, here are the change logs. You can read them yourself and you can see what exactly is happening. I think all of these make pretty good sense, and hopefully we'll see more things and updates and changes in these experimental features because there's a lot of good potential here. Now, there's also a new experiment with Minecarts to make them more reliable and faster and just make more sense in general, because, you know, minecarts are a little bit funky all around. One of those interesting changes is game rule minecart max speed. This is default at 8, but you can set that up to 1,000, and I've set up 100 blocks of powered rail right here, and we're just gonna see what happens here. Okay, yeah, no, that's pretty quick. That is indeed pretty quick, actually. I do not think that that is the fastest it can go, but that was pretty fast. Now, there's no guarantee that your minecart will actually go the maximum of the game rule because there's air resistances and other calculations that go into it, but, you know, there's some good things that you can do with that. We just got Roller Coaster Tycoon in Minecraft, everybody. And if you're interested in all of the changes to minecarts, here they are on screen. As you can see, there is quite a few. So again, let us know your feedback for this down in the comments. There's also been a new Bedrock beta out today. Now, it's not currently released because you know how it goes. Sometimes these things take hours or days to hit the Xbox store or whatever for an update. Anyway, we have a couple parity changes to Bedrock Edition. So mangrove roots will now actually get powered with redstone, similar to Java. Sea lanterns no longer conduct redstone, which is kind of a sad one because this was a transparent block. It was actually really convenient, but, you know, it is what it is. And beacons also no longer transmit power on Bedrock either. Now, what's interesting is that TNT no longer transmits power on Bedrock either, but, you know, there's no game rule to turn off TNT on Java Edition, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. Hopefully I didn't mess up this take, and I won't have to rebuild all that. But yeah, in Bedrock, you can just do game roll TNT explodes to false, and that will turn off TNT for the world, but not on Java Edition. Seems like a really basic feature, but hey, you know, maybe Bedrock's just better. If you like Minecraft news, then subscribe. It is officially Snapshot and beta season, and we're probably going to be getting new features and things every single week, so stay tuned. And Minecraft Live is also going to be coming up soon, where they announce the new update, so you don't want to miss out on any of that. Subscribe to stay in the loop.